Hi, my name is Will Vetter. I'm Assistant Product Manager at AMG for Mercedes-Benz USA. Today we are at the 2012 LA Auto Show, and standing next to me is the 2013 SLS GT, which is making its US debut here. The SLS GT is new for 2013, and it comes in both coupe and roadster formats. In fact, it's actually a little bit darker, a little bit more sinister than the standard SLS, and we're going to go a little bit deeper into that and explain why. Let's take a look at the exterior of this vehicle. This is painted in Disigno Magno Allanite. This is a color that is a satin finish paint, and in fact, Mercedes-Benz is the pioneer of satin finish paints in series production. We're the first one to do it. We offer two different satin finish paints on the SLS. We've taken a look at the details of the car and how can we change the personality of it for the GT. So most of the chrome items have been turned to gloss black. You've got the lamellas on the hood, the lamellas on the side that are right next to the 6.3 badge, and then actually the big spar that's on the front where the Mercedes-Benz star lives pushes that star further out, gives it far more of an aggressive look. Same thing with the headlamps. Darken that bucket up, and the tail lamps as well, really gives it kind of a darker, like it's up to something. Much the same for the wheels. So it's a forged 10-spoke wheel, but the inlays have all been done in matte black, as well as with black lugs and a black Mercedes-Benz star. Hiding behind that is red calipers, which come standard attached to the 15.4-inch front discs, which you can see are absolutely massive to slow this car down. On the back deck lid, it has the GT badge right there next to the AMG badge, which lets you know exactly what this car happens to be. Once you pop the hood, this is where the fun starts. Hiding underneath here is the M159 engine. It's a 6.3-liter normally aspirated engine. It's dry sump lubrication, meaning we can take that engine and shove it really far down into the vehicle. It makes the center of gravity really low. Dry sump also means that you have the oils actually sitting in a container in front of the engine itself. It's pumped in and pumped out. The M159 engine in this car is 6.3 liters and produces 583 horsepower, which is immense for a normally aspirated engine. 479 pound-feet of torque. It'll propel the SLS GT 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. But that's really not where all of that excitement comes from. It's also in the exhaust note. This engine has a free-breathing exhaust with fan-type exhaust manifold, much like a header design you'd see on a race car. It goes all the way out to the back and has an exhaust note that is unmistakably SLS and AMG. This engine is a marvel of technology in a whole host of formats, but it also follows that one-man, one-engine building philosophy that we have. The orientation of this vehicle is front-mid engine. Front meaning that the engine's actually in front of the passenger compartment, but mid meaning that it's in between the center line of the front axle and the rear axle. This allows for better weight distribution. In fact, there's only 47% of the weight is on the front wheels with 53% in the back. It gives a fantastic weight balance, so when you have acceleration, you have even more weight on those rear wheels. Much the same from a dynamic standpoint, the rear end tends to lead, especially with the throttle if you really want to kind of get the rear end out a little bit. Let's pop open one of these gull wing doors and take a look at the inside cockpit of this rocket ship. Once you get in the cockpit of the GT, you can really see where the changes are. There's a GT-specific interior, which has a livery of black Disigno leather, red contrast stitching. As well, we have two different variants of it. One has Alcantara seat inserts, or you can go straight with leather inserts if you want an all-leather interior. Looking at the dashboard, you can see the trim is piano black lacquer and the vents have actually been changed to darken them out a little bit. The instrument cluster, all of the dials have gone black. Running down the center console, beautiful piano black lacquer. It's that die-cast aluminum, but it's been finished in that rich, deep lacquer. Highlighting the command screen, this is where navigation, satellite, radio, telephone, all of those type of functions you can do with a central controller. On the seats of the GT-style interior, you have these red seat belts, and also the Alfelterbach crest is pressed directly into the leather of the headrest. Also new for the GT is 6 different interior combinations, which allow you to have porcelain leather mixed with either red or brown or a beautiful titanium gray. You can have diamond stitching with either two-tone or single-tone interior as well. Also unique to the SLS GT is the steering wheel. It has the Alcantara side grips. It's finished with this beautiful red contrast stitching, and now there's a 12 o'clock mark right here at the top, so you have a good visual orientation of where the steering wheel is and if the wheels are pointed straight forward. The electronic stability program has 3 different settings on the AMG. You have standard setting, you have sport, which allows a little bit more drift angle, and then you have ESP off, which means all electronics are off, and it's all up to you, your skills, and the track in front of you. Well, that's about it for a quick overview of the SLS GT. For more information, please visit us at mbusa.com and be sure to keep the conversation going on Facebook and Twitter.